Mikasa, you're my hero.
That's not right, but I'm Tom.
Mikasa, Storm here.
Kimmy here.
Be alive, Kim.
I'll be better.
Stay alive.
I'll be nicer to you.
Thank you.
Hey, did you guys know that 4 out of 5 Survey Corps members recommend brushing your Titan's teeth? Open wide.
Am I Titan?
Come here, I'll show you.
There you go. So, welcome back, everyone. We're going to be watching more Attack on Titan today.
But speaking of which, though, it's better to have your neighbor kids do it.
Sure. Just make sure you do it above, too, so that way you can fall in, possibly.
No.
So, we're going to be watching episode 425 on Crunchyroll. It is 484. Okay, wow. Oh, crap. Oh, God, Flock. And, yeah, the music.
The leader.
Wow, yeah. Terrifying. They have to be stopped.
And that's Mikasa's relatives, right?
Yeah, that was the one that went over there and said that you're from royalty or something. Come back with us. And, yeah, so now Flock is... Yeah, he's too high and mighty in his position, and he has to get out of there. He has to go.
He is. And, boy, that campfire, that did a lot of conversation there, a lot of truths there.
Yeah. We've been getting so much action, and even the slower episodes, they're good because we need to hear this, and people need to let out things like Jean did. And Hanji is just so great because, her, cooking the food and then trying to lighten up the mood, but still
trying to get them together at some kind of, they have to have something that is, they have to work together. Even though they were enemies in the past, they have to.
Well, at least they're getting their differences out now and not on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was smart to point out that, even though they're trying to stop Eren, are they going to be able to do everything necessary to actually stop him?
Yeah. And now that they're both, they both have this common enemy, they have to stop Eren. There's still, everything else is not forgotten. There's just so much history there. And hearing the 2,000-year history, it's the same cycle. The same stuff keeps happening, and people keep justifying it in different ways. So it's, it's what's truly right to stop it, and genocide definitely is not the way to do it. I love Hanji because, she's, full on how most people believe,
Yeah, and she's realistic, and she even though she says, I'm not your supervisor anymore, she really is such a great role model and leader, to follow. Mm-hmm. And I just love Levi at the end where he's just he's too noisy, he's just
yeah.
He'll recuperate soon.
Yeah, it's
he heard everything though.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows what's going on. He knows the tensions between everybody, but he's still Levi.
Yeah,
He's still a very durable pair of jeans.
Yeah, I know, right? Yes. And it was great seeing enemies together in a circle, talking and kind of talking about how they feel and releasing all that negative energy so they can both kind of learn from each other. Because Gabby, holy crap, we've seen her develop and change through the series, and she was the proudest, she was the strongest of many.
She was the Marley is the world kind of thing, and we have to protect them.
Yeah, and for her to grovel like that, she totally just, she's like, I'm not even expecting you to help me, but she goes, I'm, however she said it, but petty or something about asking, but I'm begging for your help. And she was crying. She was genuine there. She was real.
Completely.
So she truly understands now. And
she's went through a lot, to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, if none of that ever happened, she'd probably still be the same old Gabby.
Yeah. So I don't know if you noticed, but this episode was interesting because the shots that we saw were almost abstract sometimes, where early on, Jean talking to Hanji, you saw his face cut off, not like that, but but his face up close, and then you just have this whole empty space next to him, and his face is cut off. So why do that? And then Hanji sometimes, she was facing you know, a different spot that you would think the camera would be on. So like her face or her nose sometimes was touching the edge of the scene instead of, you know, and then there was just like empty space behind her. So we had a lot of awkward cuts like that.
And even just her hand on the table when they were talking too, like it wasn't, you just...
More dramatic, I guess?
Yes.
Yeah, like that was
a very
a dramatic
heavy
scene.
Conversation. Yeah.
But they had scenes where they would just completely cut off of things, so you weren't seeing like the whole thing. The compositions were just off, and I think it's just because everything's just in chaos right now, and you have everyone's perspective that it's just different. And I don't know, so it was just like very uncomfortable, the angles were sometimes. And even going to like when they were in the woods and we kept seeing just random shots of tree branches, and then we would just zoom in on that, and then the next shot would be even closer. And, you know, just a lot of things like in our face, like uncomfortable, like everyone's uncomfortable. So that's how it was
very
trying to make
uncomfortable,
us feel.
yes.
But the stew looked pretty good. I would have gone back for a second.
Absolutely. Yeah. She's a great chef.
Yeah.
Sasha would have been proud. All those potatoes.
That's right.
So I was thinking, I know, hearing about Sasha, she was a sweet girl, and, you know, everyone's fighting and everyone is killed. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. I mean, war does terrible things to people, and you have to make these terrible decisions. But everyone's a killer. And Sasha, like, amongst many people, talking about Marco again, that, I mean, the flashback happened a long time ago, so I don't know how much you guys remember of it, but it was pretty devastating. And, you know, like, realizing, like, he trusted his friends, and then them ganging up on him, and he's like, holy crap, I don't know. Like,
well, he was betrayed by, you know,
by the three
people
of them
that he trusted.
Yeah.
3 people that he trusted.
Yeah.
And was wound up killed by it.
Close to them, yeah.
And they didn't want to do that to him, but they had a bigger cause, so they had to do what was best for that.
They didn't have a choice.
And they were traumatized from that, which is good. And they still regret it. And Reiner is just done. He's just, you know, he just has so much guilt that he would let Jean just beat him.
Yeah, he just let him do it.
Do you remember like a few seasons ago where he was kind of losing his mind a little bit between the guilt of Marco and everything else? He was kind of losing like his focus on who he was.
Mm-hmm. You know, he was always been conflicted.
Going back to that,
he's always been conflicted, and I think it's just been getting worse over time to the point now there's this, it's just you know, so heavy on him that he just can't see beyond that now. And
especially when Annie's saying, you know, I was just taking order from him. You know, so that's another, you know.
Well, she didn't say that. He said that.
Oh. Yeah, because he was trying to protect her.
Oh, right.
You
know, he was trying to protect her
because
she said, I took his ODM gear off. That's why he got eaten. And he steps in and goes, she did it on my orders.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so everyone feels guilty, and Reiner's trying to take all the blame.
Either way, they both took part in it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, big thing, Annie, she did ask a good question, a very important question. Are you guys ready to kill Aaron?
And that was a question that needed to be, you know, said. You know, someone needed to say it. I mean, it was the elephant in the room. Is everyone going to be able to step up to the plate?
But they never actually answered it, though.
No.
You know, they said that, you know, of course, Armin said that we're going to try to talk him out of it. Mm-hmm. You know, and then she was like, well, that's great if you can do that, but, you know, you need to be prepared in case you can't.
Right.
Yeah, because so does that mean you're going to go against us, you know, when we try to kill him? And that's huge. And Mikasa...
No, so I say she pointed out that Mikasa was the one that they really have to worry about.
Yeah.
Because if they try to take him out, is she going to get in the way and try to stop them from doing it?
Yeah. I mean, I am worried about that. She's an excellent fighter. I mean, best of the best, like Levi. So I'm kind of worried about that. But at the same time, I think from what Aaron said and her taking the scarf back, I think she's really learning, and she is her own person. I don't think her Ackerman blood is completely... I mean, yes, she gets the headaches and she gets triggered and she's super strong when she's activated, I'll say, you know, where they become like superhumans. But I do think that with her new mindset that she'll like oppose that. Like she'll fight that. She'll go against her instincts to protect Aaron, and maybe...
I think so too, especially now that
I don't know,
her elder relative is essentially kidnapped and they're taking their, their military, pretty much away. They're taking it away.
What do you
she's
predict?
Gonna get really ticked off.
What do you predict will be the outcome? Do you think they'll wind up killing him, or do you think they'll wind up convincing him to stop?
I hope they can convince him to stop, but honestly, I think that's hopeless because he went this far. Like, how many years has he been fighting?
This has been premeditated. I mean,
since he was a
boy, this.
His mother was eaten by a Titan in front of him. Like, he lost so much family and friends, and for him to do this, he's going beyond what Ymir could do, and because Ymir was crying for help, and he is in a way sacrificing himself and other guilts he may have, because overall he might not want to kill everyone, but he thinks for his friends and family that he grew up with, it'll keep them safe to do so. So I think he is too far gone and not far gone, but he's too stubborn and stuck that he already made his decision. So I don't see him breaking. Okay, now you're saying this. I already killed 1 million people,
In like season 1 though, when he was like, I'm going to kill all the Titans. Remember that he made that vow to himself?
Yeah.
So maybe that if someone could break through to that, I mean, I'm not saying maybe killing all the Titans, I don't know, might make everybody equal then at that point, but
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I think he's too stuck. I think he's just too much. He's committed. He's full on committed.
Yes, he's too deep into this.
Or what if they don't win? What if Eren actually does wind up winning and gets his way?
I don't think
that's always a possibility too.
Yeah, I mean, the same crap is still going to happen. They're going to kill everyone else outside the wall, and Eldians are going to fight amongst Eldians. They're going to have something else to fight about. Like, it's not going to solve anything by killing off a whole entire world just because they don't share your ideals.
They might have peace for a little while, but
exactly. Maybe for
eventually it's going to come back to bite them again.
And they already have animosity amongst each other already, and it hasn't even
fighting. Saying like, oh well, Eren's doing the right thing inside the walls or lack thereof.
So they already have division already. So when this all finishes, when they have, friends and family that are completely obliterated, they're going to fight. They're going to fight each other. Mm-hmm. It's not going to work.
It's not going to be peace. It's going to be super. I mean, it's already so tragic. It's going to be even more devastating, and more fights are going to break out because that's just how it is. Like, I don't think. I mean, you want peace. That's a great. Everyone wants that, or you hope so, but it's not human nature. I mean, you want to learn from history, but it's terrible what they're doing.
And how are they going to kill? And how are they going to stop him? Like, how are you going to even talk to him?
And they even get to him.
Hey,
that's the thing.
What? It could be a funny joke. What was that show?
I mean,
go on a
he
Zeppelin.
Has so many different Titan powers now that.
Hey, call from above.
Yeah,
don't hurt us. I just want to talk to you. It'll be Armin.
I know, right? Be a colossal, but no, even the colossal.
Can you just
big
stop
enough.
for a moment?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
I'm curious to see like if Armin, how big. I know he's really big now, but how big is he really? I mean, I want to see like Armin sitting on top of his shoulder as a colossal Titan. That's comparison.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he's going to be around the same height as the other colossals. And
I think he's going to be massive. I think he's going to be bigger than that.
Yeah, maybe. And then I just the founding Titan is just so freaking huge that I don't know. But yeah, and then anyways, so it was a good episode, and Yelena, everyone talking there was great. I love seeing that. And John actually talking to Gabby and saying like, of course we're going to help you. Like that was good to see that.
Sorry that he kicked her.
And Annie's upset now. Like, what about me? No one said anything to her next time. But thank you guys so much for watching.
You.
And we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye. Maybe Mikasa will actually choke him with a scarf.
I'll look it over like a little portion.
That's right.
I got his pinky.
Or a tooth or something super small.